Hey guys, welcome back. This is day 4. I am the accountability doc, and I am here to hold you accountable for your health. We're all trying to improve day by day. And again, this is day 4. We're trying to take our daily recommended fiber. If you're new here, women, that's 25 grams of fiber a day, and for men, that is 38 grams of fiber a day. Pretty hard, given that the statistic shows that 95% of Americans don't get enough fiber, all right? So leave a comment down below. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I have reached my goal for the past 4 days. 38 grams, check. This morning, I had my fiber bars added to be about, again, 10 grams of fiber. For lunch, I had sushi with a large avocado. So that was another about 10 grams of fiber. For dinner, I'm having a little bit of ramen with some vegetables, which adds up to be about 5 or so. I'm supplementing again with Metamucil and my fiber gummies, which will put me at another 10. So that puts me at around 35. And then I'm finishing off with some pears. How are you guys doing? I have noticed that I have been a little bit bloated, a little bit more gas, but this is common because that fiber is going to the bacteria in your gut, the good bacteria, and you're feeding them, so they're producing a little bit more gas. But again, this is a good stuff, and we talked about it in the last episode. Today, I want to talk a little bit more about processed foods. They're not good for you. All right, so the conversation around ultra-processed foods has grown a lot lately, and for good reason, okay? So chips, pizza, hot dogs, they're convenient, but, they're not meant to be a good thing for our bodies, all right? Think of it this way. Processing food is not necessarily the enemy. Ultra-processing the food is. Because technically, if you take an apple, it's just an apple, and you cut it, technically that's processing, right? If you turn an apple into an applesauce, that's processing it. But what if you turn an apple into a Fruit Loop cereal using high fructose corn syrup, red dye, and emulsifiers? That is ultra processing. That turns that apple into ultra processed food. And that's not good, all right? I mean, if you're not aware, the common ultra processed foods include drinks like soda, energy drinks, snacks, potato chips, crackers, candy, ice cream, frozen pizzas, dinners, instant soups, ramen noodles, hot dogs, chicken nuggets, sausages, deli meats, flavored yogurts, the list goes on and on. So what makes ultra-processed foods different? Well, it's not just junk food. It's literally like a science experiment because they are formulations from foods. They add in fat, starches, sugars, and other things like flavor enhancers and colors to make it look pretty, and emulsifiers. So you're eating a science project, and they scientifically engineer it so that it tastes super, super good with the perfect ratio of salt, sugar, and fat that triggers a big dopamine release in your brain. So when you eat it, you're like, oh my gosh, this tastes so good. And it makes it pretty hard for you to actually stop eating because it overrides your body's natural I'm full signal, and it makes you want to keep eating because it's so good. This causes, people to eat too much. It has been said that these ultra-processed foods cause people to eat 500 more calories per day compared to diets with minimally processed foods. What else makes ultra-processed foods bad? Well, the structure of it is completely changed. Because when you eat a regular food, let's say a carrot, the nutrients are still bound in a complex structure in the food, and your body has to work to break it down and has to process it. But in ultra-processed foods, that structure is already completely broken down. So when you eat it, it leads to rapid absorption. Your blood sugar will just spike instantly. And because these foods are broken down so quickly into simple sugars, it causes your insulin to spike, and this over time can lead to metabolic syndrome or diabetes. It also affects your microbiome. They have these emulsifiers, the stuff that keeps peanut butter from separating for weeks. Research has shown that it can break down the protective lining of your gut, leading to chronic inflammation and leaky gut. Remember, we talked about this. It breaks down the connection between the cells so that there's a gap. toxins can enter this gap and, again, over time lead to inflammation. So, these ultra processed foods over long periods of time can cause a lot of health issues. We're talking diabetes, obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure and hypertension, other cardiovascular disease like leading to heart attack over long periods of time. Actually also been correlated with poor mental health like anxiety and depression. And, longevity. The all-cause mortality is increased with a higher percentage of ultra-processed foods in the diet. So that means, you're likely to die more because you eat more of these processed foods. So there's just a little tidbit for today. Keep on doing what you're doing. I'm holding you accountable. Let's try and get in our fiber for the day. Let's skip a little bit of the junk food. I know it's convenient. I know it's easy to just buy McDonald's or eat a hamburger or eat a hot dog. But, take one step at a time, create a small goal, try and cut, maybe one day of these processed foods. And then try and fill it up with something that's, nutritious and whole with fiber, ideally, and then take a next step. So if you can avoid it for one day, maybe avoid it for a whole week or a whole month, on and on. Just take small steps, make small goals. We'll get there. All right. I'm here on the journey. Join me. I'm trying to avoid some of these ultra processed foods. I'm getting in my fiber. Comment down below. Love to hear what's going on with your health journey. If you like what you've heard, please subscribe, share, and comment. Thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.